Hello guys, this is Golden here again. Today we're gonna go over on Ancient, on how to play B. Especially in Pugs. I mean, there's obviously more advanced stuff, but we will just go over the simple stuff for your next upcoming Facets or matchmaking. So what you wanna think about is like how you start. Most times how you start from the round, so like where you spawn, and you kind of want to predetermine what you're gonna do before you get here, because when you're already here, if the enemy team is already been rushed, have decided to rush and you have no plan for that, is going to be a lot of improvisation, and that will most likely happen in a pug. So you kind of want to make a plan when you are in this area, or sorry, like from the spawn. It could be, for example, if you have the spawn, you can throw the smoke to the B doors. Oops. So you throw the B door smoke. And then if you do that, you kind of giving yourself a chance to push with your teammates. That if that's like being just, you know, maybe molotoving here, coming over, waiting, then you have your teammate with you, he maybe throws this molotov, and then you just push after that. It could be one case. I mean, also the smoke also makes the enemy team think you're going to go aggressive, maybe when you're not, and that will buy you some extra time. But also what the smokes actually does is that it helps you, it helps your cave player a lot, and I'll just tell you why in a second. For example, if you throw this from the spawn, he can't do the brawl on molly. So that means your cave guy can take this area much easier. But of course, there are some lineups they can do it still, but yeah, that's for maybe some other day. So yeah, you kind of want to decide. So let's say, for example, if they have a low buy or like a force buy, then like this is what I would do, and you can decide for yourself. If you're molotoving, so if you're molotoving like this, then you're most likely going to stay at the short side, like on this side, and maybe just hold off like this and have an HE ready to throw, or just throw the HE preemptively. That's like one way to look at it. Like if you molotov there and they extinguish the smoke, you can still see it, and then they will most likely push through the smoke. So it's probably the first guy, if you see him, if you're not blind, it's an easy kill. Or if you want to play it a bit safer, you can also just play this angle. Most of the times the first guys that come up here are going to go to the left side, so you can just aim this, as this is an off angle. Maybe he won't expect it. The next way, the other option you can do if you want to go long is, for example, you already start here, and this is to stop a rush, as the previous one. So you just aim at this line somewhere, but you release when you hit this one, like on the edge of that wall. Of course I miss it on the first try. Let's do it again. So you can throw this Molotov, and then you just run all the way here, and then you maybe preemptively throw an HE, and then you can you can do this jump, but it's a bit risky, because if you would like, if they have not extinguished it, I think, especially if they have pistols, you should just fully clear it with your like fully swing it and just clear it. That would be good enough as well. Another thing you can do if you're starting out long as well is just coming. You can do the Molotov if you want, but you shouldn't always Molotov, and there's some reasons to that. If you always Molotov, you're kind of giving away that you're not going to push down on them, and they're not going to be scared of ramp. So when you're not Molotoving, it also creates an idea that you might be aggressive. But if you, for example, switch it up, like maybe like in Pugs is a bit different. I would say just go 50-50. When they have low buy, I would 100% say Molotov all the time. But when they have a buy round, that's a bit up to you. But yeah, so if you're not Molotoving, for example, and you're just coming out long, you want to start off long, then you just throw a flash like that. It's a double click, and then you just throw it, and then you can peek with it, and it pops around here. I'll show it with an HE. And you won't get blind, but they have to look away. If there are like for example, if they are already in the space, they will need to either go to the right or try to dodge the flash at the same time you're peeking. There are better flashes, but it's just a quick tutorial. Alright, so we covered long. Let's go into a bit of, when you start short. Because when you start out on the short side, for example, let's say your teammate has a really good spawn. He has one of these spawns, and you don't have that good of spawn, so you just follow him. But he doesn't Molotov, like the cave guy doesn't Molotov. Instead, you should be the one who's holding long, or holding long. You should be the one Molotoving for him. So or her. So he just runs here, a teammate, without throwing anything, and because doing this movement might lose some time. What the cave guy can do is just Molotov ramp for you, and then you guys just switch. This is what most pros do, but just to help out your teammates sometimes, just come here, aim at this thing here, and run and throw. And then you can also follow up with an HE, like out immediately after. You come here, boom. But be careful, as you throw your A, like if you're throwing an HE, the timing, if they were rushing B, they will be able to see you. You can throw it a bit better than I did, but yeah, just be careful that as you switch back, there could be one guy already there. So, alright, so now we covered you helping your teammate in the beginning, and what would you do after that? Like after you throw these nades, you're kind of stuck into this area, because if you now just fall back and go too long already at this point, there could be someone posting up with an op here and just holding that angle, or there could be someone just contacting already. So what you want to do in this situation is gather the information, like what has the enemy team done so far. They could have been like a mid-take, then there's a small possibility that there are going to be a lot of guys here. There may be one guy taking 1v1, or not even that. Are they throwing anything towards cave? Are they making any noise in like B lobby? Like all that information is crucial for you to make your next move. So let's go over those two options. Let's say they are actually coming into they actually take in mid. What I would recommend in this scenario is that you kind of want to stick around in this area, just in case. If the enemy team, like in the Pug, if they lose the fight in mid, let's say there's two guys rushing out mid, one guy supporting, so one of them they lose the fight. Your teammates won the fight. For them, the round to not be over instantly like that, it's a high chance for the enemy team to take a decision, like someone who's playing the B lurker, let's say, it's high chance for him or her to take that duel against the B guy. Like especially if they know that your teammate, cave player, is in this area and he's already made noise. So they will. It's most probable is most likely they will take the chance for that 50-50 duel. I would say in that scenario, when your teammate have won the fight, just don't. I would say don't do too much and don't just hold an angle like this. This would be a great position to play in if your teammates won the fight in mid. If they didn't win the fight and it's a slow round, or they won the mid fight. Sorry, the enemy team won the mid fight. So what do you want to do here? I would say just go with your teammate into cave. Now you're in this scenario, you're kinda if you and your teammates are here, you can still win the round back by playing close by. You can hear people running, or if they have smoked you, you probably have to wait it out. Or you could tell your teammates go aggressive, and he if he's lucky with his timing, he can push. Then you just hold cave afterwards. And if your teammate dies, that might even create a better situation for you. It would be a great bait. So it's crucial, as a B guy, you make those decisions as how the round develops early on. Okay, so let's go through another one. Let's say if the AWPer or a third guy is starting with you, then I would just suggest is that you actually don't. Let's say that you have an AWPer starting with you. He might just come here and post up with the AWP, and then he will do this, with the AWP. Wait, I'll just get an AWP. I'll show you. So let's say he just starts like this. He might be the guy who throws the nades to the cave guy, and then he just posts up like this, comes here, and then does this peek, and that's it. And your role should be that you come too long, and then just don't throw anything, and just be in this position, and just hide. Because he's taking all the attention. All you need to do after he shoots, maybe you can peek, and to help him escape. Or if he just stands there and holds this angle, you can, if he gets one kill and say maybe a B rush or a B hit, you still have a great position to play in. I wouldn't say go wide, even however tempting it is, unless your teammate has won 1 or 2 duels and they're focusing a lot on him and he's taking a lot of attention, don't take that decision too early. What you want to do is just stand here, just wait for a good timing, because as soon as let's say your teammate dies and they have the space to take, most likely they will try to they have to decide either cave or this spot when they are in this position, and most of the time they check cave and then you can kill them. So how I play this exactly is don't stay in the corner fully. What I was with the peeker's advantage, you can do this, then as soon as you will see them before they see you, and then as soon as you see them, and just go full spam it. Yeah. I think that's for Pugs. You don't want to. These are very simple stuff, and don't count on the AWP being on B. Sometimes the AWPer will start from long, and I would say the same. Start here. Maybe you are the one throwing the nades instead for the cave guy, and then just go into the spot afterwards. Okay, let's cover one more thing actually before we move on to being aggressive. So if you're starting 3 on B without any op against a force buy, for example, and you are 3 on B, then I would say like try to either get the third guy to hide in the cubby here, and then you just bait for him. And I would say the best bait for that would be either taking an early contact from short or just starting long immediately. So try to make a plan. It could be like a very small plan, like especially in Pugs, like if you're the guy holding B, then you tell the third guy who's coming with you where, like, okay, can you play in the cubby, or even you can play in the cubby, but just, you know, communication is key. Yeah, so let's talk about playing aggressive, which I think you should do most of the times in Pugs, like especially on the spot. So there are like different types of pushes you can do. I would say like most of the times, but what works best is just full sending it down ramp. Like you maximum I would say you should do is maybe throw this, but like personally I wouldn't recommend it. So let's say you start off with a good spawn like this, or someone else smokes it. There are like a few spawns, you can check them out on YouTube. So basically you just come up here if you have an MP9 or whatnot, but just full send it, and then without any nades. This most of the time gets the attention of gets you like a surprise kill, instead of, you know, doing a molly like this, a deep molly, or a flash, or a HE. Like these type of things gives it away. So, and how like you scale this, by the way, in ramp is super important. You don't want to go too close to the wall, because when you go close to the wall like this and then, you know, gonna peak ramp, sorry, in the B lobby, you see how like everything just pops up. Instead, you should go like this. That now you have much more time to react on if someone is in here, then you can clear it like that, like this. But yeah, and sometimes like in the mid rounds, like late rounds, and let's say nothing has happened on B, like asking for a flash. Let's say a third guy coming to B, and then you just ask for a flash, is super doable. Like that would be really nice when, especially if you guys lose mid. There's one more thing I want to cover, and that's it. There is the pistol rounds. So let's say you are starting, pistols sometimes vary who goes where, but let's say you're playing long. For example, if it's going to be a B rush, I wouldn't say start here, because now you're kind of limiting yourself a lot. Like you have to hit these shots while they're running, and maybe there's gonna be some flashes or whatnot. I would say just come here and then stand like this or jump, just to see if it's a rush. Then you can start playing in this angle. Now you're giving yourself some time to, like, you have the upper hand at this distance with the USP or the P3000, and then you just aim, and then you can reload. But what you don't want to give them is like giving them this space to come around with the Glocks and kill you guys, because that's when they most likely will win the round. But if you just hold your angle like this, playing this, it's super strong. And if it's not a B rush and you don't see anyone, then you can try to move up a bit more. because now you have time to actually pick this down, and then if you see that even if you get dinked, you should kind of stay, like try to play around the headshot angle. There are obviously more stuff to cover, but I would just say if you really need help, you know, playing your position or more ideas, is to watch some of the pros playing actually on Faceit. Like, maybe don't watch the pro matches, which is obviously is very good, but maybe watch how the pros play, because that would most likely reflect on how your poke is gonna go as well. Alright, thanks for me, guys. See ya.